Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to cut through the noise and get you well-informed, fast. Today, we're plunging into, well, a really radical redefinition of currency. It's drawn from quite an unusual set of sources. We're looking at the Allemande financial system. It's a proposed project aiming to combine deeply rooted religious principles with modern tech. The goal is to create what they call root solutions for global financial challenges. Quite ambitious.
Indeed. And the core premise here, is this conviction that the future is inevitably digital currency. But this vision isn't just about digitizing existing money. It's about building a really unique foundation for that digital future, one that tries to weave in very specific ethical, even spiritual principles.
Okay, right. Let's unpack this then. What exactly is currency according to this system? How do they define it?
Well, it's described pretty simply, actually, just a unit of measuring value, much like we have units for time or length or weight.
So a fundamental rethinking, moving away from just coins and notes or even standard digital representations.
Exactly. And initially, the currency they propose within this system is the digital gold gram currency.
Gold gram. Okay.
Yes, directly tied, apparently, to 1 gram of 18-karat gold.
Yeah.
And the sources suggest it wouldn't just be for, abstract finance stuff. It's designed for practical, everyday things.
Like what sort of things?
Things like zakat payments, which is significant, general purchases, naturally, but also even paying for services like phone calls or internet browsing.
Okay, interesting. So quite versatile. And moving beyond just the definition, there are some striking design ideas too, right? This smiling currency.
Yes, that part. The initial currency, the gold gram one, features this unique design. It's got a clock face showing 10.10.
Which is often seen as like a universal symbol for a smile.
Right. But then there's this layer the creators highlight, something they describe as a kind of profound, unplanned alignment.
Okay.
They say if you place 3 specific holy mosques on this clock face graphic, their positions apparently match their real-world geography relative to the Kaaba in Mecca.
Wow. Really? How does that work?
Well, the Kaaba's in the center. Then the hour hand, pointing north, aligns with the Prophet's mosque in Medina, and the minute hand points west towards the Al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem. It's presented as this sort of amazing coincidence.
That's quite a detail. But the gold gram currency, that's just the start, isn't it? There's an ultimate vision.
Yes, exactly. While the gold gram is presented as sort of step 1, the ultimate goal for this system is, well, even more audacious. It transitions to what's called the digital time currency.
Digital time currency.
And the claim here is incredibly bold. They state that time will succeed gold in valuing things.
Time succeeds gold. Not just a metaphor then.
No, it seems to be the actual proposed unit of value within this system ultimately.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting for me. How does that work? How do you actually convert gold's value into time's value?
Right, that's the key question. It involves this specific calculation. You take the zakat nisab, that's the minimum threshold for zakat, defined as 85 grams of 18-karat gold.
Okay, the 85 grams.
And you divide that value by the number of hours in the Hijri year.
The Islamic calendar year. And how many hours is that in this system?
Well, they standardized the Hijri year at 348 days. This is based on a proposed system of unifying moon sightings globally, trying to get everyone on the same lunar calendar page, basically. So divide the gold value by the hours in those 348 days.
Right. A specific conversion rate. And a key claim is that this time currency is resistant to inflation. How?
Yeah, that's a major point they stress. The sources explain it carries its own value. And crucially, when you spend it on services like those phone calls or internet access we mentioned, the balance is literally burned.
Earned, as in destroyed.
That's the term used, yes. Consumed, gone. This consumption mechanism, they argue, inherently stops inflation. It's a fascinating, though obviously untested, alternative to, say, central bank controls.
And they also make another huge claim about riba.
A profound one. They assert this would be the first currency in history to completely eliminate riba usury or interest. That's a huge deal in Islamic finance, addressing a core ethical prohibition against exploitative gain.
So the philosophy underpinning it is quite powerful. It's more precious than gold itself because it relies on time, and what's more precious than life itself? That's the logic.
Precisely. It ties value directly to, well, existence.
And technically, it's also quite different. I saw this. No mining, no blockchain.
Right. Which really stands out compared to most cryptocurrencies you hear about. No complex ledgers, no massive energy used for mining.
So how does it work then? The source says your existing mobile phone balance is the currency.
That seems to be the idea, equivalent to its deposited value. It suggests a very integrated system, maybe even with phone companies acting almost like banks, potentially making it instantly accessible to anyone with a mobile phone balance.
Very different infrastructure.
Very. And just to give you a sense of the scale envisioned here, the intellectual property rights for this whole system, the creator values them in the trillions of euros.
Trillions, wow. That certainly underlines their belief in its value, though. The sources don't detail how that valuation is reached.
No, that part remains unclear. It raises questions about the metrics and, frankly, the real-world scalability of such a unique system.
So, summing up, what does this all mean? This deep dive has really explored a truly radical, almost philosophical redefinition of currency, blending these deep-seated religious principles with some, very forward-looking tech concepts.
Absolutely. And reflecting on all this, it does leave you with a pretty significant question to ponder. If currency itself becomes intrinsically linked to the finite nature of time, our time, and is actually consumed when used, how might that fundamentally reshape our whole perception of value? And indeed, the future of global finance itself.
A lot to mull over there.